Hello, how are you doing? Are you alright? Yes, we are finally going to get around to doing a little bit of a walk through this truck. The brand new, or should I say the newish, style Volvo. All its newfangled angle stuff. We'll do our best to get through as much as we can, right? I've pulled up at this delivery here. I know that I'm early because it was a 2 o'clock delivery. It's just coming up for 12:30 now, so I thought I'd use that bit of time so we could have ourselves a bit of a guided tour around this thing. It's well, why not indeed is what I say. Why not indeed? Might as well, hadn't we? Plenty of time. It isn't due till 4 o'clock according to them in there, but I'm waiting for a phone call for them to tell me that yeah, you're gonna have to sit and wait with it. I fucking hope not. I don't really want to be doing that. I've got some wobbly bits here. Why have I got wobbly bits? Yeah, so we're gonna have a look around. We'll see what's nice, what ain't nice, the pros and the cons that I find with these vehicles myself. Anyway, there isn't much on the side of cons, but hey, it's my opinion. I'm sticking to it at the end of the day. Right, then let's have a look, shall we? Well, first of all, we got a steering wheel. Look, see, we have got a steering wheel. That is very important. As soft as it sounds, that is very important. If I just lower it down just a touch, there we go. We have the usual controls. This side here is to do with the computer on the dashboard, and I could do with just knocking that off. Let's just turn that off. Yep, so you got all the bits and bobs there. Look, ooh, TP Fuel 3, whatever the fuck that means. Gearbox software package. Did you just witness that? Because I know I did. What the fucking hell was that all about? But anyway, this little bit here is to do with all the computer and fanning about with all that there. Apart from these two buttons, because those two there are the volume buttons. This bit here is to deal with the cruise control. Now there's and also economical driving, because obviously you got eco, right? You can change that to cruise. What it does is, as you're tootling off down the road, right, and you get to your cruise speed, it'll then flick to neutral and start to coast, which is not the best idea in the world, to be fair. Again, that's what I would call a con, because when you're up to your cruising altitude of, with this vehicle's 56-ish, then it goes into neutral and slows down. I mean, that's just stupid. Why do that in the first place? It should be able to keep a constant speed, but it doesn't. I can understand it dropping into neutral if you're going down a hill to coast a little bit, then throw it into a lower gear to activate the exhaust brake. I can understand that, but other than that, no, I don't know. This button here with a car on it, right, a car symbol, I know, and the lines, that is the distance reader for when you're doing the assisted cruise control, ACC. There's your cruise control. Well, that's assisted cruise control, which affects with that, so you can adjust the distance as to what this vehicle will then slow down to. So let's say, for argument's sake, you're travelling down the motorway and you put the assisted cruise control on and traffic starts to build up. Well, what that will do then will sense the distance between you and the vehicle in front and start to slow down gradually, right? But that only works as long as all the shit on there works properly. If your ABS and shit ain't all connected right, it won't work. It just doesn't do it. But hey, anyway, that little button there, that was the return to cruise control that you've set. That turns the cruise control off well, stops it from working. Obviously doesn't turn it off, it just stops it from working. You press that then to regain your cruise thing. You got your phone buttons there for off and on, well, answer and fuck them off. These ones here, right, these buttons here, these are the horn buttons, but these are your little beep beep horn buttons, whereas the big one here is the that sort of a horn. So there you are. There's a lot of controls already just with the steering wheel, right? I don't know if you've noticed, but there's frigging biro marks all over the steering wheel already. Yeah, tell you what, sometimes. On the display, what I've got set at the moment is the air, which looks like I might have an air leak on the trailer because I'm dropping air here. You got your levels, oil temperature, AdBlue level, diesel level, which this morning was pretty much half empty. The secondary tank, because there's two on these ones, there's a small secondary tank, I don't know what they call it, I didn't know originally. What's the word they use? There's a word they use for it. Auxiliary tank. Right. So they've got one of them plus the other one, and this morning I filled the auxiliary tank up, which had 96.5 litres of diesel, and then I put 210 in the main one. So somebody hadn't filled the fucker up properly. Anyway, beside the point, it makes no difference to me. I don't really care, to be honest with you. Anyway, what else do we look at? This bit here is what I like, is the gauges itself, right? Because the needle that represents your speed always looks like it floats as it travels up, and I always like that. When I first seen that, that was an absolutely ingenious idea. That was great. But hey, there you are. That's that. Over here to my right, door controls, which activate mirrors, locks, heaters for the mirrors themselves, and the windows. Right, so they've got all that there as usual. Nothing, very nice and streamlined, if you like. If you want to call it like that. There's no big knobbly things like on the other one. There's like a knob that sticks out for the mirrors, and yes, they do get broke off quite easily, whereas that there's there's a limited amount of breakage that can happen with that, which is quite good, unless you are an heavy-handed twat bag, then that's the way it's going to go, ain't it? Here we have lights, which are pretty cool when you look at them. You got side lights, you got whatever that is. I ain't sure that's what it's for, but never mind. I don't know. But hey, there's your normal lights, which mine are on. Turn on the side lights. See there. Then you got fog lights, dip light plus apparently. But I think that might have something to do with drive though. You know, when you got when you turn left or right, the fog lights comes on. So again, there's your lights and stuff. We have fog lights rear, fog lights front. This is the dimmer for the actual display, but the thing is that I don't get is that this side here tends not to dim very much, which is a pain in the arse. That's really bright when it's dark. It's very bright. We've got some buttons here as well now. Look at this lot here. I don't know. Well, that one there, right, the only thing I can say that looks like it does is the frigging cab lock. That one there is the light for the catwalk behind me. Outside, oh well, don't forget there's hazard lights here as well. Look, yeah, forgot about that. Right, what do we have here? Let's have a look, shall we? We found it the way. Come on, out the road. Right then, we have this here, which you can't see at the moment, which is the that's the display. But obviously, because of the radio behind, we don't want music, do we? Now, but there's the display. But do you see this here? Look, right. That is a fucking cable that's poking out there, so I'm gonna have to let them know about that. I have no idea what the fuck that's for. That just seems stupid. I mean, what the hell? What the fuck have they been doing? But hey, that's there, and the problem with that being there, as soft as it sounds, somebody's gonna go, oh, what's that, and yank that stupid thing and start damaging shit that doesn't really want to be damaged. We got a USB port for your phone, or it will activate thumb drives, anything that's USB thingamajigget will work in there. And I'm quite surprised that my my iPhone works in there, because 9 times out of 10 it turns around and goes, "No, sorry, unsupported device." Don't want to know, but obviously with it being a very new vehicle, it's accepted it, which is very cool. And on the display itself, it does have a lot of let me just wang that off as I turn the volume down. Come on, wake up. The display is really nice, shows you what's on there, what the tracks are using and all that sort of thing. It also does the navigation stuff, but look, function not available. Why? Because they haven't got the disc in there, or the fucking SD card or whatever it is, I should imagine, does it all. So the nav thing don't work, not in this vehicle anyway. You got phones there, you press the phone, so connect Bluetooth, blah blah blah, you can do all that. Got the camera, function not available apparently, so there's no camera on this one. I love it when they have all these functions and they don't exist. It's great, eh? Down here we've got buttons for the radio, and all this keypad would be for your navigational system to obviously put in your postcodes and what have you, but because it doesn't work, then it's null and void, to be fair. But all the other bits and pieces for the radio works, and your Bluetooth works, and your iPod connection works, or whatever else you want to plug into it. But it's also got, just in case your device does not work with this thing, you've got an auxiliary socket there as well, so that helps you with your audio. And the sound is quite good actually. I mean, it's not... if I had to put this sound system next to the MAN truck, the MAN sound system, the MAN walks over this like you wouldn't believe, right? And I'm telling you now, it walks. But the display and the controls on this version of this system is far better than the controls on the MAN truck. So there's like but it's the sound, you don't bother about the fucking controls, it's the sound you want. So as in the sound quality, sorry Volvo, but the MAN truck just destroys you. It really does. Anyway, what else we got here? There's the handbrake, just in case you was wondering. Right, now that is electronic handbrake. Yes, I know, it does baffle me sometimes, but yes, this is just, all that is just a electronic switch. And with this particular type of handbrake, you do not need to touch it when you want to pull away. When you want to pull away, you just pull away, and that's the end of it, and it'll automatically come off. If you need to pull away when you've sort of disconnect from a trailer, you press it forward and then it will take it off. Because I think it's something to do with the load sensors on the back of the axle. It won't allow you, if you've disconnected, it won't allow you to pull away with the handbrake on, and it won't come off automatically. Well, at least as we did last time when I was to drive these things. But anyway, we've got off-road button there, look, so traction control. You can turn that off if you fancy, even be sliding all over the place. This one is your diff lock. You can have that on there for when you're crawling up hills and you need all the grip you need. That one there is for the lift axle, up and down. This button here will level the truck off, depending. But you've also got the wand, but I'll get to that in a bit. DAS, I have no idea. I think it's something like with the Diagnostic Assistance Service. I think that is to do with, you can press that button and blah blah blah. That's to deal with the distance. That's to deal with that. It allows you, it slows the vehicle. You can turn it off basically. And then you've got hill climbing. I think that's what they. Oh no, sorry, for downhill, I would imagine that's a downhill thing. That one would be. Which I don't know why they put the truck up that way. It seems weird. Because that represents a brake symbol, that does, with the truck and it going the wrong way around. I have no idea, just sometimes it just makes you laugh when they put these symbols on. I think they just think of these things and just, oh, that'll do. That's your reverse bleeper button. You can turn it on or off. Now, you might think to yourself, why would you need that facility to turn it on or off? Well, let's think of it, shall we? If you're delivering somewhere in a built-up area and it's a certain time of the night, daytime, whatever, after 11 o'clock at night, you're not allowed to have any horns or beepers or bleepers or shit like that, you know what I mean? So, you know, and that carries on all the way through till 7 o'clock in the morning. So there's certain places you might deliver that might have houses around. So you have to turn them off. So, you know, that's what that's for. This here, oh, so we'll go to that one first. This one here, with the dotted lines either side of the truck, that is what they call the anti-wunder alarm. Yes. So whenever you're driving down a motorway, the vehicle senses the lines, the dotted lines in the road, and if you start to drift, an alarm will sound to let you know that, oi, you've just, you know, you're out of the lane, unless you've got the indicators on, obviously. If you've got the indicators on, then that won't activate, but if you haven't and you start to drift, well, then that's what happens. This one here is for your left hand indicator, but as you notice, look, right, the symbol is on the right, and the reason for is because, why? It's all to do with foreign. It's a foreign design, yes, of course. That would be on this side, and that car would be on this side if it was an English vehicle for right-hand drive, not left-hand drive. The reason for this symbol, anyway, is if somebody is travelling down your left-hand side and is in your blind spot and you stick the indicator on, the horn will sound. It's an internal horn, which is up on that far corner, which sounds just like a car horn. It's not loud to deafen you, but it's enough to distract you and see how. And just over there, I'll get a closer look at it. I'll show you. Hang on, I'm stuck. Right, let's get over here. This here will start to flash red. And as you can see, the symbol's different on this panel because obviously we are right-hand drive, so the car is on the left, and there's the symbol, and that's what that's all about, which is a good safety feature actually. I don't mind that one, along with the wandering lines as well, because that again is pretty cool. I like that. What else we got? We've also got the heating display. Oh, I might leave that back on. I don't know. See it. Pardon me. We got this one here is to do with emergency calling for vehicle assist system. Yeah, you'd be alright if you fucking kicked that in the middle of the night, you know what I mean? Heater controls, night heater, air conditioning, circulation, windscreen for demisting it, which is pretty. If that's got an actual demisting screen, that'd be cool. Anyway, you can choose where you want the air to cycle, just by pressing buttons. You can turn the fan speed up or down. Same with this one here is the temperature, so you can turn it up or down with the temperature, or you can have it on auto, cool, whatever, which is pretty obvious, isn't it really? But hey, you guys want me to give you a bit of a rundown. What I do like though is these air vents. I don't know if you can see it, but you see the inside there, and a cracking design that is inside there. You can actually see shit going on in there. Yeah, that's really cool, that is. And you've got all sorts of buttons and shit. This is a spinny wheel for off, 0, and you can then select how much you wanted to do what it wanted to do. So which is I find really cool. I do like that. But I like goofy things like that. You know, goofy things like that are really cool. Right, well, what else can we look at while we're in the driver's seat? Let's stick some lights on, shall we? Oh, look at that. Right then. Up here we have this one here, this button, which I'll tell you what, the Mandela effect had a right ding at me, but that one there is the blind, right? To bring the blind down. And it'll send it back up again. And that one there is for the sunroof. This one here, I've got a feeling that would be for beacons if you had, whatchamacallit, fucking yeah, your flashing beacons. You know what I mean, don't you? The amber ones, that's the one. That's what I was thinking of. That one there is the name banner light, so you can turn that on if you fancy it. And that one there, I have no idea what that fucking thing does. But something clicked, but I don't know. I think there's another banner, another light on there probably. We have a CD player. Yeah, we certainly do. Is it going to do anything? Ah, there you are. Somebody got a CD in there. I think it's, I don't know whether it's a multi-disc or it's just one, I'm not sure. I imagine it'd just be one, but hey, who knows these things? What's it say up there? Yeah, I imagine just the one then. Tack out, which to be honest with you, I'll put that on break while I'm sitting there doing fuck all. How about that? These two here are your microphones for your hands-free. This is the light, which you can choose how to do it, dim it up and down, whichever you want, or you can half it. Put the red lights on up there, I think, if there was any red lights. If there was, no, there ain't none. So yeah, and you can choose to the whatever you want, brightness. I don't know what that does, but I imagine that's, is that going to be door lights by any chance? Maybe, I don't know. Oh, somebody's binging me. Up there, right now, for those of you that don't know, that is a TV bracket for the top of the range version that has all the whistles and flutes, but to reduce the cost of the vehicle they take out all the good stuff. So the TV goes up there. That's why you've got this aerial socket auxiliary for your speakers. These here are your swan neck lights for reading, if you want to do some reading. And the question to answer with this little thing is your smoke alarm. Cupboard space, there's plenty of cupboard space in these things. They're just roller shutter cupboards, and nothing spectacular about that, but they are quite good though. You know, hey, whatever. Right, let's get up and have a stand. Right. Let me just move some shit out the road. Ooh, can't lose that. Right. So, what else did we have? So down here, we've got cigarette lighter, which we don't really need anymore because it's against the law to smoke in your vehicle. But we've got voltage sockets here. One's at 12 and one's at 24. And it's always good to read what's on there, and hopefully these little what I call dummy plugs will stay on there, not get snapped off like they normally do. But hey, whatever. Now, the reason why this cup holder's sticking out is because of that. Yes, the retaining clip has broken already. Oh, I tell you what. Here we have a little compartment inside there, double shelved, which is always nice to have some little knick-knacks in there, I suppose. Not that you can get to it with the cup holder in a way. This little drawer here is quite handy as well. Press that to release it. It should come out. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there was a clipboard in there at one point. I'm not 100% sure, but hey. It's, I'm not sure. That's a nice little drawer. I'm sure there's a clipboard here somewhere. Yeah, there, look. That's what I used to use way back then. It's your bottle holder, so for holding your bottle of water, which is quite handy. I'll leave that like that, I think. Little shelf there. Yes, I'll put my coffee cup down there the way, but don't worry. It is empty, it's not dripping anywhere, so we're alright. And besides, if it did start to drip anywhere, I would wipe the fucker up. I wouldn't leave it. Right, what else we can look at? Anything else we can peruse? There's a little cupboard here. We've got some decent space. I think they've got plenty of space in here. I mean, realistically, I mean, I wouldn't, if it was me having to live in one of these, I wouldn't treat it like a home, as in every fucking nook and cranny. As long as I got the essentials, I'll be fine with it. I mean, I wouldn't be that bothered. And again, another drawer, another cupboard. Another little bit of, oh, here with a cable sticking out of it. Looks like. See these? I'll tell you what, sometimes. So yeah, there's that. You got little shelves here where you can put bits and bobs in if you fancy. But for me though, right, I couldn't do that because there's one thing that really gets on my tits, and that's rattling, right? So when you put stuff in here, I would have to put like maybe a towel in there as well to stop them, because that would drive me up the wall. Up here we have more roller shutter cupboards, the same kind of thing again, look. There is one thing that a lot of drivers complained about the style of cabinet in here, is that there's no locks on them. And the only conclusion I can say the reason for that is that Volvo built it in the premise that one driver is going to be using it, and it's his vehicle regardless to where it is, whether it's what company it's in. But unfortunately that's just not the way, is it? We all know that most of the vehicles, no matter whether it's a trampers or not, is going to get used by somebody else at one point or other, isn't it? So, but that's the only conclusion I can come up with. But in saying that though, realistically they could have these shutter doors made like this, but they could have had some sort of locking mechanism that would have come from the handle, which would have worked on there as well, because you could use this point here to lock to that. See, they could have put something here and something there, which would have gone through the two to lock them up. I mean, that to me is perfectly feasible. You know, it's not difficult at all to think of. Here we have a digital display. I imagine that's going to be for your audio, maybe some simple basic stuff. Lights control again. Speakers in the back. And whether they've actually never connected or not, I don't know. Might be. It does say on the dashboard display that it's got 4 channels on it. So yeah, the bed itself, I'm gonna have to put you down for a second because the bed works this way. You've got thumb points here. You press these in both sides and release. Or at least you try to release it anyway. Yeah, there's not really much in here. I mean, the guy's left his beddings all in the cab, so I shifted it out of the way. So yeah, quick sweep across that. But there's not really anything up there anyway, to be honest with you. So push it back, lock the belts back in place, and that's it. Nice mattress though, I must admit. You got this like a soft top, and you got the main mattress, which, look, it's still got a bag on it. Isn't that nice? That's what I would do actually, to be honest with you. Leave the bag on it, especially if you got this top mat. You don't need it, do you? Right. Well, that is pretty much it, really. I can always do this one for you as well. Look, we got this wonderful little. I like this idea. Another one of those little things that things are overlooked. You know what I mean? I'm just going to take all the crap off it first. Right, this here, right? This here is a cracking little thing, right? It's very grippy, right? Even though it's not got a full flat surface, it's got these little ribs on it, look. And it really does work well. But if you want to fuck it up so it doesn't work like it's supposed to do, right? Here's how to do it. You take it off, right? Stick it on the floor, and then you put some polish or silicone spray and wipe it all over this section, right? And what will happen then is that the friction needed to keep that in place will no longer be there. So that then goes scooting off down into the up here, the passenger side, or lands in your lap, depending on where you're going. Like, you know what I mean? So for a bit of advice, if you're going to clean that top surface off, use just a damp cloth. Don't get using any products like silicone spray, polishes or anything like that, because the friction that's needed to keep that down has gone. Oh dear. Oh look, we've got something else to look at. Here we have, how's that work again now? Does the bottom come out? Oh yeah, there you go. Another bottle holder. No, see? And hold your flask, you can shove it in there. So, I'll have that one instead then. How about that? I love finding all these new little tricks, it's great. Right, if I'll pick that up and put that there, we do have, if I'm not mistaken, the fridge. Right. I'm not going to open it up because at the end of the day there might be somebody's stuff in there. So yes, we have a fridge, and it says there, look, don't stand on it. In here you have a cupboard. Yeah, it's not bad. Well, you got, I think there's some decent space in here, to be honest with you. Me personally think there is anyway. Yeah, it's not as if it's crammed. You don't feel crammed up anyway. There's a lot of room. I don't know you guys, but you know, in all fairness, what more do you want? It's basically a fucking, it's like a camper van 8 in a sense. We should have a climb outside. Come on then. It's a bit on the wet side. Yep, Euro 6. Very nice indeed. It's mucky because it's been used. Yeah, catwalk. Well, this is your main diesel tank, obviously. Well, we know that, don't we? Right, so there's your main one. But if we go around here, right, there's the front of it. Thinking weather's wank, innit? Euro 6. We have oopsie already, and this is the little panel for doing the AdBlue, and that's what's happened there. Is I think somebody missed the pin, I think, and they caught the aerofoil on it, but hey, these things happen. They're not supposed to, but they do. But hey. And this here is your auxiliary tank, right? It's just an extra bit. Manky glove on the floor. So yes, not bad, I think. I suppose we'll have to show you this as well, won't we? On this particular model, the suspension controllers reverted back to the old style. It's slightly different because the level for adjusting it there has a little LED, but this one here doesn't, and I'm almost sure that the other one did originally, but hey, whatever. That's for up and down with your suspension. You've got a couple of memory things there as well if you want to, but there's no need. Turn it off. Whereas the other version that I drove way back when had a wireless or a fucking remote control version up there where you could program it all sorts of different things for it. It was brilliant. As we all know, accelerator pedal and brake pedal, that one there is your steering wheel adjust. And there's two positions. You can adjust the neck and the shaft, which is quite cool. Which gives you a bit more freedom with the wheel. I like that. Anyway, what was we doing? Let's open this up, won't we? Fuck off. On you bugger. Right. We have ourselves a cupboard, and as you can hear that ding 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 ding, that's to let you know that the cupboard's open, which is quite a good little safety feature in a sense. Some tools, which that's one thing I forgot to mention as well, which I'll show that in a second. See, there's all these things that keep popping in my head now and again. Yep, so cupboard there. I think there's one. This side as well. Oh, there's a titchy one this side. Look. Yeah. Oh, there's a big one here and a titchy one. Hang on then. Let me just put you out there in a sec. Bong bong, bong bong. There we are. Towing hitch. More gubbins in there as well. I don't know what that is. Shall we have an inspection? See what that is? Yeah. Is it anything exciting? Was it a flotation device or something or what? Oh. I have no idea what that is. Ah, I see. So it's the hazard. It's a weight balance to stick your little triangle hazard on. Where are you? What the fuck? Oh right, I see. I panicked then for a moment. I thought, oh yeah, it's just disappeared. Right, put that there. Now then, I've got to try and figure this out now. There's one here as well. I just can't remember how that one opens. Is there another pulley down there? No. So how do you open then? Because you obviously open some way. Yeah. We must investigate. Bong bong, bong bong. This one here, this little lever is to pull that in and out. So that one is a bit of a baffler. Yeah. Ooh, intriguing. Ah. I don't know. I don't like it when I don't know. That's a bit odd, isn't it? You'd have thought there'd been something to put on this. Yeah. No, I have no idea. Oh, hang on. What does that do? Ha ha! See? I can fucking figure anything out, me. Now we've got a couple of apertures here, and it don't look like the seal's working as well as it should. What do you think? What do you reckon? Bit odd, that, isn't it? What would you put in there, I wonder? I don't know. Just seem a bit loose. I do like that though. I suppose you'd put something in there that you don't mind getting a little bit wet. I mean, you know, whatever. You know, I ain't no mucky. But it's, yeah, what do you think? Do you like the new Volvo style? I mean, I do. I think it's fucking awesome, to be honest with you, but that's my opinion. But there are the little niggly things that, you know, are not quite right no matter what, but that's just the way it goes, I'm afraid. And the last thing I want to show you before we go is that little gadget down there. That little gadget down there is just in case you need to get out the fucking truck and you can't open the doors. You use that to whack the windows and bust them. I don't know whether it is actually I think it's actually for the sunroof, because I think the sunroof is designed as an emergency exit as well. I don't know where I've seen that, but I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. Yeah, see how look. Use that little hammer down there to whack the glass on there, which will shatter, and you escape through the sunroof. So, which, when you think about it, right, the fact that they have decided that it's a, how can I put it without sounding rather strange, because it is a strange thought, because if you think about it, right, they are assuming that at one point or other this vehicle, or whatever, is going to end up on its side, and that will be the way to get out if that's the case. Because believe it or not, when that happens, the other side, trying to open these doors are a freaking git, I can imagine. Not that I've been in that position to have that problem in the first place, so I haven't got to worry about that. And plus, I don't really want to be in that position. For those of you who have been in that position, I fucking feel sorry for you, mate, because that must have been one hell of a scary day. And if you live to tell a tale, hey, there you have it. So what do you think? Any good? Did you enjoy that little tour around the truck? Have I pointed out enough? Did you find it interesting? Anyway, I'm going to go, and I'll speak to you a lot later. So don't forget, enjoy yourself, have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you again later. Bye! Toodles and all that. Yeah.